think it's
right.
Him and his son ran a train on his wife.
You gotta keep practicing.
It was a great joke. He was like, I had my first threesome. It was with my son, so it was a little awkward. I'm fucking great joke up. He goes,
It's crazy outside. It's not raining.
We had the high five in the middle. But I remember hearing that as a. Remember being a dad as a condom was like off limit.
Right.
And I saw that. I just had Georgia. The second person I saw, the first person was great. The second person I saw, and I mean, I'm talking just had Georgia, was really fucking female. I went and worked the road with him, and he was doing all the material for that first special that popped for him. And he was talking about his kids, and he was just like, my daughter's a cunt. And he goes, I know you're not supposed to say that, but what else do you say to someone who won't put their shoes on? They're a cunt. We're trying to leave the house. They won't put their shoes. Imagine if you wouldn't leave. And it was just like, and it was like, I'm sitting there, you know, lost in like what I thought was stand-up was like some imitation of Dane, you know? And I'm watching Louis going like, this is something totally different. Yeah. Those guys, best prank call I've ever heard. Sidebar, Brendan Walsh.
Brendan Walsh is a funny motherfucker.
Brendan Walsh.
What's he up to?
I don't know. I think he does like he's always been like more art comedy, you know, like more like performance.
He does these podcasts where he puts a neck brace on,
Yeah.
a wig, and giant glasses, and he plays a character. He's a funny dude, man.
Do you remember
He's an Austin guy.
he was an Austin guy?
Yeah.
He was. I remember do you remember he was on your podcast? I remember him telling the story, and I think about this all the time. A Circuit City had closed by his house. And he lives in Silver Lake. Do you remember
That's
that?
right. He made a prank. He told everybody he was turning into a Whole Foods. And he got everybody so excited. Oh, Whole Foods is coming to Silver Lake.
He just did it for himself. So that he could be at the coffee shop and hear people talking about Whole Foods. He did a prank call. I think Stanhope sent it to me. He's like, this is the best prank call ever. And it's Brendan calling a phone sex. And you know they always try to keep you on the line.
Right.
She's like, hey, what are you wearing? She's like, nothing. What do you want? He's like, nothing. And you hear like a dog bark in the back. And is that your dog? She's like, yeah, no. Barks at the wall. He's like, no, tell me what are you touching? And then you hear a baby crying in the back. And she's like, is that your baby? And he's like, no, yeah, it's fine. It's a different room. Everyone's totally fine. And then you hear a woman come in and go, are you on the fucking phone sex again? And he's like, hey, leave me alone. And she's like, do you need to do this thing? And he's like, don't worry about it. And then you hear a marching band come in playing Alu, Alu, Alu. And he's just trying to hold her on the line. Dude, I was crying. That is like, you know, not to like get too meta about it, but comedy has become so, and I'm a part of this, it's so self-promotional and put it on. I got to take a new show. When you see someone like Brendan or like Greg and Mike who just do it for the pure, just to make themselves
Why? Like,
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. Gillis is like that.
Yeah.
Why they like that?
Gillis. I always think he's just my favorite Shane Gillis story that I will until I die. We're doing Fully Loaded the first year, and Shane's on everyone, Mark's on everyone, Nikki's on everyone. It's like it's the best year we probably did. No offense. And Shane sees my daughter Georgia being a PA with
Can I like hold
Daisy. The very last night, Shane walks up. He's like, "You guys sneaking beers?" I'm like, "No." He goes, "Come on."
I think it's
Yeah. I'm like, "No, we're not." He's like, "Come on. You're 18 years old. You're on tour. It's our last night. You guys are sneaking beers." And I'm like, "We're not sneaking beers." He goes, "I can smell the beer on you." And like, we've been sneaking beers. And he goes, "Okay." And he just sits down right next to me. He goes, "Georgia's sneaking beers."
Did you know she was sneaking beers?
No, I had no idea. Shane just fucking ratted her out.
She's your daughter.
Yeah.
You're getting hammered every night. You're not gonna notice. Like, Dad's drunk. You won't even know if we're drunk.
She would.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's
it's funny because I go to like her college and other dads, you know,
This
party.
one's multiple.
And like she's like
Little bit holdable.
she's always like kind of low key about it. Like the dads will like fight beer cans and kill them and shotgun beers. I know that's what dads do.
Really?
Yeah.
Which dad?
Well, you're in a different school zone. That's what dads do, and I'm always like, you know, this is what I do for a living. I have to fucking murder these guys. She's like, Dad. I'm like, you like him crushing a beer, shotgunning it? Fucking microphones. What are we talking about?
What are you talking about? Jamie? You were sorry, but right before we get started, you were telling me about something. So I gotta tell you, before we find that, so Eddie Bravo calls me the other day, and he goes, did Bert Kreischer lose everything and then get it back? I go, what? And he goes, yeah, it was so confusing. He was on Shannon Sharp's show, and Shannon says to Bert, what was it like? You lost everything, and then you had to build it back. And he goes, it seemed like it wasn't true. I go, it's not true. And I go, did Bert go along with it? He goes, yeah. I go, what? And I couldn't wait to talk to you about it, because I could totally picture someone saying to you some story that totally never happened, and you not wanting to be confrontational, so you just go along with it. Is that what happened? 100%. 100%. How did you not say that never happened? He caught you off guard. Did at any point in time you say, I should probably say this never happened? No?
I was like, he's like, you lost everything. In my head, I was like, I did? He was like, but you made it all back. And I go, I did?
Where is this coming from?
I have no idea. He said it, and I just was like,
Oh shit, don't hold.
I didn't even know what I said after. He's like, how did you do it? And I just was like, man, just like, I don't know, Shannon, I just focused and really started. Like, I have no fucking clue. I should not be allowed to talk on microphones. I literally was like, I don't know what I said even after it, to be honest with you. But I was like, I guess he has it in his notes. So I was like, yeah.
So someone must have Googled, did Bert Kreischer, it was probably some Reddit thread, Bert Kreischer lost everything.
I guess. And like, you know, the stories about you online are more prevalent than the true ones. So you just go, I guess that's what he heard.
And
So
you
like,
just went with it?
I don't know.
That's so weird to do.
I was like, in my head, I was like, trying to think, maybe he was talking about like, you know, I had development deals when I got into the business.
Yeah, but you didn't lose them. They gave you money.
No.
It just never became a show.
But I'm saying like, maybe I was in my head, I was like, maybe he's thinking that like, you know, I had a lot of development deals early and then I didn't for a few years and I worked the road and maybe that's what he was saying and then I'm back. I don't know. I was like,
but even when you worked the road, then you had the Travel Channel show. There was no period where it made sense.
by the way, that is the least of my fish to fry on that fucking show. I got in so much trouble. That show, every clip you do goes viral. I just am like, I was, as when I got done that, like, I haven't felt this in a long time. I was like, wow. I was like, I think I'm gonna get a lot of texts from the stairs.
Well, it seems like he wants that, right? He's
Yeah.
got a lot of people on the show that talk a lot of shit. A lot of people, like Cat Williams, famous. That episode was fucking amazing.
We talked about
He
that.
just went in on everybody, including me. That's
Yeah.
why I got him on the podcast. That Joe Rogan won't have me on.
Has the same funny thing, motherfuckers.
Unfunny. Yeah, same 7 unfunny motherfuckers. I was like, dude, I love Cat Williams. What are you talking about?
He's the best.
I'm like, I never met him.
Yeah.
I'd never met him before. It's like, it wasn't that I wouldn't have him on. It's like, I didn't even know he wanted to come on. I would have had him on.
That interview was epic.
Amazing and accurate. The thing about his shit talking is he's not lying.
No.
No.
It's you know, it's when I got out I was like, I don't mean this with disrespect, but it's less Shannon, I think more as producers, because he's got cards. So I think the producers are like, what clip's gonna pop? I think they go online.
Right, they try to find controversial subjects.
Like he brought up one, he's like, Bert, do you think Kevin Hart's just lucky? I was like, I said that fucking 12 years ago. And it was all it was. And I know I'm even, but this is what it was, Joe. Is like at a time when none of us were making money, not you, but like the young couples make money. And you're online, you watch Kevin, and you know Kevin knows I love him. But Kevin's like, I'm the hardest working motherfucker. I'm the hardest working. And in my head, I was like, we're all working hard. Like, but a lot of people, you know, were just, you know, waiting for a moment to get in front of people. And then I was like, and then I had an agent, very casually, like not mine, but I had a thing of people. Kevin should mention how lucky he got. I said, what do you mean? He was like, you know about Fool's Gold, right? I was like, no. He said, what's the beef between Kevin and Kat? Is Kat packed a gun in his luggage to go shoot Fool's Gold, and he got detained. And they were in production, and they're like, we need someone small and black to fit these clothes. We already got clothes for him. Yeah. And he's like, get Kevin Hart. And that was tell because that, as a comic, you can kind of put your head around that. And by the way, I did not do a good job of explaining it on Shannon's show because it's like, I'm fucking talking out of my ass. But like every comic has had these like moments that skyrocket them, right? These moments that pop. And I went through it, and I think you'll understand it now. But for me, it was the Machine story that went viral. For Bill Burr, it's the Philly rant. With Bill, that Philly rant just put him in the next level. With Jim Jeffries, he gets punched in the head at the Comedy Cellar or Comedy Store in London. His manager happens to be a guy that knows the internet, Brett Vincent, posted on MySpace, goes viral. Every comic that pops always has that. Tom, as I was telling this to Tom, he goes, yeah, it was me, Netflix. He was like, Tom got on Netflix. I mean, I didn't even realize this. Tom said it to me. He got on Netflix when there were 2 comics on Netflix. Bill Burr and Tom Segura. Bill puts his special out there like, did you like Bill Burr? You might like Tom Segura. And Tom's like, if Comedy Central had bought my hour, I would have been fucked. But instead I sold it to this small streamer, Netflix, and the only other one they had was Bill Burr. And so, as comics, I think sometimes, and you know how much I believe in luck, it's easier to hear about someone's luck where you go, oh, that is crazy, that happenstance. I mean, we've said it about you, and I know you probably disagree maybe to a certain extent, but I think the greatest thing that ever happened to you was that getting kicked out of the Comedy Store. That period of time where you had to reevaluate yourself, and you created this, what you have. And you would speak to it better than I could, but I think as comics, we look at you reinventing yourself and reimagining yourself and making it your own fucking entity and creating this podcast, which has changed all of our lives. That moment, and it must have been tough to lose your agent, get kicked out of the Comedy Store, and have to figure things out. That everyone got behind you. Everyone was like, "That's my guy." I mean, I'm curious what your feelings about that are in your career.
That certainly had an impact. It was also the Mencia video where people could clearly see that I was right.
Yes.
And then we were all a victim. Like, we were all hiding at the store. Like, when he would go on stage, or when he would be in the back of the room, if you were on stage, they would flash the light to let you know that he was in the room. Mm-hmm. You know how crazy that is? There's a guy around that steals so much that they have to flash a light whenever a comic's on stage, and then comics would just start doing crowd work. Yeah,
that's insane.
It was crazy. So all the comics knew that what I was saying was the truth, and it was proved by the consequences of someone who was already successful, right? So I was already on Fear Factor at the time. I was already a known person, and I lost my agent, and I got kicked out of the store.
That video was akin to the Philly rant, Jim Jeffries getting punched. That viral moment for you, which
it was also how well Red Band put it together too, because he's such a good editor. He's so brilliant. It was music. He went back in time. He he spent a lot of time working on that. It was a work of art. But it was the first time that someone was held accountable because we don't have to name names, but we all know people who snuck through and still kind of have careers, although greatly diminished impact. Because when they go on stage now, people are excited to see them because they're famous, and then that immediately goes away when you realize there's nothing there. They have no material because they have to write for themselves now. Yeah, you see a giant drop off. You see the early specials with great jokes and really funny, and then you see what is this nonsense? Towards the end, it's just weird, fucking nonsensical rants on things. It's bizarre to watch, but that's what happens when you get exposed and you have to do your own shit. And there's a few of those guys floating around out there.
Oh yeah. It's crazy because the one thing I can't smoke cigars. Blood clot. I'm not supposed to smoke cigars. I can text my cardiologist and see what he says. I heard they gave him to Teddy Roosevelt.
Yeah, look what happened here right now.
I can have one cigar. If you're gonna smoke one in here,
I'm saying, dog. Come on, son.
Do it like old school Rogan, where anytime I smoked weed, you had to pull the camera away from me.
Because you're on the Travel Channel. Yeah, we all have a moment where things, but it's like an accumulation of those moments, right?
It's you know what it is? It's you get that moment. I'll use Burr as an example because, only because I've talked to him about this specifically, but like he didn't love the Philly rant because right away everyone thought, oh, that's his thing. We're gonna heckle him and he'll go lose his shit. So he didn't love it. But the thing is that goes viral, and then you Google that person. And you're like, who is this? And then you see a body of work
Long.
that's undeniable. Like, oh, Bill Burr's my guy. You know, for.